Welcome back to another message crawler update. Today I want to show you a really cool feature called the names search. So I went on vacation, and while I was on vacation, 3 different people contacted me saying we need a better searching tools for names. We have a big data set and we want to find messages that only relate to a specific person or a group of people. And I don't really have any elegant solution for that. So as soon as I came back from a vacation, I sat down and I spent all weekend, instead of unpacking, writing this tool. So let me show you what it looks like. All right, here we are in Message Crawler. I got a DAT file loaded here, so we have some data to work with. And we are going to try to tag documents that belong to certain individuals. The way we're going to do it is we're going to go to Miscellaneous Tools and use a new tool called Names Search. If I open it, we have a choice of fields where we can be looking for names. Now, to make things simple, I'm going to just use a from field, but we could use multiple fields if we need to. So I'm just going to go and use from. All right, so I'm going to select from and I say create names list. What this does is it finds every unique variation of a name. So here we can see all the names of all the people that are present in the from field. So let's look for this guy named James Wick, and we're going to check the checkbox here, and we're going to ignore all this stuff for now. And we're just going to say we don't care about any family relationships or anything like that. Just tag this person. And it tells me no database open because I'm working with a DAT file. So now I have a field called names hit, and it tells me which records James Wick appears in. But this is not very useful because, as you can see, we have attachments here, and attachments haven't been tagged. So let's fix that. So we're going to go back here from create names, James Wick. And now we are going to specify our family identifier, which is going to be group identifier, right? And we can reuse same field. And now you'll see that our attachments have also been tagged. All right, so this is pretty good. We are on our way. So now we'll be able to filter for just name hit yes, and we'll be able to get a reasonable RSMF file, right? The one that works. But it may not necessarily be useful because we always want to think about context. So for example, a message here and the message here will not be included because this person's name doesn't appear there. Well, that doesn't seem like it's right. So what we want to do is anytime person appears in the conversation, we want to bring the attachment as well as the conversation. So let's do that. Let's go to names. Again, we're going to select from, and we're going to go with James Wick. And now our family identifier group context identifier is conversation. And we're going to say tag, okay. And now we should see that, see, entire conversation got flagged. Now, technically, you don't need the attachment identifier if you have your context identifier, but they're there. And this conversation has no, because this person never participated in this conversation, but this entire conversation is relevant because, well, we need to review probably all messages from that day or week or whichever. So you can use a conversation tool to build a custom conversation and use that as a context for finding all relevant messages, right? You don't want to get just the messages where a person's name appears. You want to get messages around that. So whoever's reviewing can make sense of the data, how the conversation flows. All right, so let's take a look at a couple of other options here. And that's going to be our exporting and tagging. So if you just say save to CSV, import CSV, it'll just export this table into a CSV file, and then you'll be able to go in and use Excel to mess with it, maybe put some true or false for the tag and database column, and then hit import. The important part here is do not change column header names, right? It should be CSV with these column headers, and also don't change the name here, obviously, otherwise it's not going to get tagged. All you want to do is use Excel and change from true or false for tag and database and then reload. The other thing we can do is take list of names. So if we have people we're looking for, so let's say we have a Vic and we have Earl, we can put their names into a text file that's where each name appears in a new line. This tool will go through it and it will look for this name in here, and it's going to use not equals, it's going to use contains search. So you can put part of a name. Could be dangerous, but I think it'll be more useful because you could be using phone numbers to tag, and phone numbers could have plus in front, they could have one, they could have all kinds of stuff. So let's go ahead and use this file to identify records here. I'm going to say load list and pick a file, and you see we have two names have been tagged. And now we can go and say tag names, and we get same two prompts, and now we should have those two people, James Wick and Earl, there you go, have been tagged. So we were able to use this kind of list to tag the documents, right? Because obviously if you have like 50 names or more, you wouldn't want to be sitting there and clicking the checkbox, although you probably could, if you just go like space something like that. That's not going to be too bad if you have a dozen or so. And this way you can also sort and kind of preview if you have different variations in the names or something like that. And clear, the last button here, clear checked, is just going to uncheck it if you made a mistake, and you can clear that out. So you can change a field name where we are tagging our records, and of course we need to select correct fields for family and context, which you can leave blank if you're just looking for specific values. Also, this tool, like anything else, is open to creative use, which means you can just do something weird like that and maybe just find all the attachments. I don't know, but people come up with all kinds of ways of using this. Maybe you're looking for something more complicated. This is obviously oversimplified version, but maybe you're looking for something else and you just need to tag a particular value. Again, you can be using filter and mass operation here, like a mass update. Same thing, whichever way you want to do it. So that's my kind of first version of name search. Just finished it, like literally spent 2 days working on it. I'm gonna do some testing, gonna play around with this, make sure it all works fine. I think it does, and then it's gonna be ready for release in Message Crawler version 6. Alright, that's all I got for this update. Thank you for watching. I will see you on another update.